of conducting research into how a certain business uses accounting principles and how the owner relates them to his business for the purpose of generating financial position statements, we want to determine if the companies in our study use and apply the correct accounting system. Our group researched how this business formed and the background of the company, such as name of the business, who is the owner, type of business, location, owner's capital, business activities, and business characteristics. We also need to get information from this company about the classification of business items such as their assets, liabilities, capital, revenue, and expenses that relate to the business economics activities. Other than that, the recording process of the business, it is very important for us to do research about how the business process and records its financial transactions. We also need to know what the strengths and weaknesses of the business is. Before I begin my presentation, let me introduce myself first. My name is Luqman Haqiem bin Muhammad Shafie and my student ID is 2023389737. I will present the business background and business characteristics. As a result, we have chosen to conduct research on Naik Amal Enterprise, a sole proprietorship business. The Naik Amal Home Goods Store has been in operation since June 2021. This store's specialty is selling home goods such as carpets, mattresses, some clothing, bags, and more. The owner's name is Puan Siti Abida, 49 years old, from Kluang, Selangor. The business is located on Jalan Sungai Pulau, Kelang, Selangor, and the store is open every day from 9 AM to 9 PM. In the middle of 2021, Puan Siti Abida opened the home goods stores using a bank loan and money from the owner herself, bringing in 80,000 ringgit as beginning capital. The owner, Puan Siti Abida, decided to do the business because it was related to her experience before. It was more flexible to manage and she knew that she would gain more profits through it. Besides, she runs a sole proprietorship business because this is the easiest and least expensive way to start a business. She decided to get involved in this kind of business because she knows she will get more profits if she can provide the best services for the customers. Next, move to the business characteristics. Naik Amal Enterprise is a sole proprietorship. The term enterprise is typically included in the business name of a sole proprietorship, allowing for easy identification among other business structures. The business has been registered as a sole proprietorship under the Registration of Businesses Act 1956 with Surahan Jaya Syarikat Malaysia SSM since 2021. Puan Siti Abida is a proprietor of Naik Amal Enterprise and the proprietor secured funding from both the owner and the financial institution. Besides, Naik Amal Enterprise has unlimited liability, implying that the proprietor is accountable for all the company's liabilities. Puan Siti's assets are subject to caesura in the event of a default on her financial obligations. Besides, the proprietor exercises full authority over all business operations without seeking external validation. She exercises complete control over the enterprise by making selections, procuring resources, hiring staff, and directing and overseeing operations. She has autonomy in decision making without the need for the consultation, and a sole proprietorship permits the owner to employ workers to execute sales. As there is no limit to the number of individuals that can be hired, the owner has the freedom to hire as many workers as needed. Puan Siti Abida employed a single worker to aid in managing the enterprise. Sole proprietorships may face greater challenges in obtaining loans and financing compared to other types of business entities. This is due to banks' preference for established businesses which have higher revenue and a longer credit history. So proprietorships face challenges in establishing business credit due to the absence of dedicated business credit cards and bank accounts. Additionally, she self-funded the business. A sole proprietorship relies on the owner's investments, finances, and credit history due to the fact that all ability and support for the business stem for a single individual. Other than that, a sole proprietor may lack the requisite expertise to effectively manage all facets of the business, thereby limiting operational efficiency. Although Puan Siti has several advantages, there are also some drawbacks that Puan Siti as a sole trader should consider. A sole proprietorship is not required to register with the state of operation and therefore does not receive any benefits associated with legal business entities. Puan Siti will also oversee the financial operations of her enterprise. This implies that the individual is solely responsible for all the financial obligations of the business. This will entail personal financial risk as one's individual assets are vulnerable. And lastly, Puan Siti assumes complete responsibility for both profits and losses. She assumes full risk and no one is willing to share it. Profit sharing is not based on share percentage and year-end bonuses are not given. Sole proprietors are exempt from corporate income tax but are required to pay individual income tax on the profits on their business. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ali FARHAN bin Muhammad AZMI. My student ID is 2023985603. So today I will present about business item for this company. Okay, for the first part of business item is asset. Asset, I think that you can sell for money. Asset is split into two parts, which is non-current asset and current asset. The non-current asset is cash machine, and current asset are cash in hand and cash in bank. For the next part is capital and liabilities. For the capital, the owner equities. The owner bring her own cash, which is personal saving, and take the loan to start the business. For liabilities, it's split into two parts, which is non-current liabilities and current liabilities. This company has no non-current liabilities, but it has current liabilities, which is a personal loan, and it must pay within 1 year. And for the last slide is revenue and expenses. For the revenue, it comes from the sale of goods, which is wardrobe furniture, mattress, carpet, bags, mat for praying, and lastly clothing. It can get around 500 to 1000 ringgit per day for the sales. Lastly, for expenses, the company must pay for the salary of employee. It also must pay for utility such as electricity bill. It also must pay for shop rent and supplier. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to Doctor and my fellow friends everyone. My name is NURHAKIM bin RAHIM. I will continue my teammates presentation, and I will present about recording process that happened in the store that we interviewed before this. So first of all, we know that recording process is actually a part of accounting cycle that need to do before we produce financial statement. So there are few aspects that we need to follow. Firstly, source document. Second, journal, and then ledgers. Lastly, trial balance. So we will start with source document, and in source document we actually identify the all transaction happen, especially credit and debit account, and what happened. Example, when sale is made, the revenue account and account receivable will be credited, and your cash account will be debited. So all source document can include invoice, receipt, and purchase order, and other relevant document that related with business transaction. Then we continue with journal, and the purpose of journal is to provide a chronological and detailed record for all financial transaction, and it serves as a basis for posting a general ledgers and financial statement. Next, we continue with ledgers. Ledgers are essentially in maintaining and organized record of financial transaction, balance, and activities. They are served as the backbone of accounting system, enabling accurate financial reporting, analysis, decision making, and a compliance regulatory requirement. Lastly is trial balance. Trial balance is to ensure the total debits are equal to total credits in the general ledgers, and thereby verifying the accuracy of the recorded transaction. If errors are found, we need to do some investigate and little bit correction before preparing the last financial statement. So in overall, the recording process has been done by the owner by using paper-based system. Paper-based system is actually she just write down manually in the notebook. Every information or transaction that related to the business has been write down by the owner or the employee that work at that time in the notebook that prepared by the owner, such as receipt, purchase order, invoice, and so on. And so of course there is their own weakness and strength, but they will be presented by my friend after this. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Al-Aqib bin MAAROF and my student ID number is 2023168305, and today I am going to continue this presentation by explaining the strengths and weaknesses of the recording process. From the interviewee perspective, manual recording process is easier and help her a lot since it's easier to find and search for past recording that was made, and it does not require internet or complicated gadgets to operate. While most companies nowadays use accounting software, some still rely on manual systems. Startups, for example, may find manual accounting cheaper and easier to use than FreshBooks and other computerized accounting systems. Likewise, small businesses owners who are not tech-savvy may prefer to use physical records instead of software. This approach leaves room for human error but has some distinct advantages over computerized systems. First of all, it's convenient and easily accessible since we only need a pen and paper, and all calculations are performed manually, which eliminates the risk of duplication mistakes and corrupted data. Plus, we do not have to worry about power or internet outages. Correcting entries is easier too. Additionally, there is no risk of data loss or leaked financial information due to data breach. Next is on the strengths of computerized recording process. Despite using the manual recording process, the owner also used the computerized recording process where she obtained the details of transactions from the store QR code. Electronic record keeping ensures greater accuracy and can free up our time. Most accounting programs have built-in reporting functions, invoice templates, automatic backups, and other useful features. Plus, they reduce or eliminate human error and can handle large amounts of data. The advantages of a computerized system include faster and more efficient record keeping, access to real-time financial data, automated invoicing, and cost savings. For example, most programs used in accounting can automatically issue invoices, receipts, and credit notes. This means we won't have to spend hours preparing these documents manually. Instead, we can focus on the core aspects of our businesses. Next, I am going to explain about the weaknesses of manual recording process and computerized recording process. On the negative side, manual accounting is prone to human errors. As Forbes notes, the more manual a process is, the greater the risk of making mistakes. Inaccurate financial records can stunt business growth and lead to regulatory fines. They may also affect decision-making, budgeting, and other key operations. Next is about the weaknesses of computerized recording process. Computerized accounting systems are significantly more complex and involve a learning curve. Since they are typically accessed by multiple users, there's a higher risk of digital errors and corrupted data compared to manual accounting. Some may require switching to the latest computer technology, leading to higher costs. Depending on the program used, we may need to train our staff or hire a consultant to help us get started. And that is all from our group today. We would like to say thank you very much for listening and have a nice day ahead.